Hi everyone. So today's video that I am posting is the Boxycharm September product, like review, first impressions, just like how I was doing with the glam bag. If you don't know, now you know. If you don't know, now you know that I unsubscribed to my glam bag and picked up Boxycharm instead, just for the fact that Boxycharm is full-size products. It is not sample size. I know with the glam bag you'll get full-size products, but the 5 products that you receive always tends to be like one full size and the rest samples. The glam bag was $10. Boxycharm is $21. So for $21 you get full-size products, which is really great. The other difference is that the Boxycharm doesn't have much variations person to person. So this is pretty much what everyone would be technically getting. So we're gonna get into the box, and it's gonna, like I said, it's gonna be a review, first impressions. And I say first impressions because you're gonna see me like play with my hair, because I want it to be like really volume up here and it keeps coming down. What was I saying? Oh yes, first impressions, because I just pretty much used these products today, and then just showing you some swatches of some of the products. So this box is called Boxy Baddie, which I could see. I feel like this is a like baddie look. It's very like smoky and dark and not very girly and light. So the look I did will be coming soon to a theater near you, well, to a YouTube channel near you. I guess maybe reflects this, and my color scheme is definitely like the color scheme right here. And excuse the nails, I haven't beat them, they're very chipped. So like I said, Boxycharm, $21, and I am going to start. So the Soiree Diary Eyeshadows palette, which is this right here, it's backwards. This right here, this is worth $34. So retail price is $34. And I like how they put retail because that's how much they sell it to you. Mind you, this might cost $5 to actually make. But we all know in retail everything is very up than what it actually costs to make, because that's how businesses stay in business and make profits. So this is by Per Cosmetics, and this is it right here. I feel like on camera, I'm already looking at camera, on camera, this palette looks bigger than what it actually is. Like, I kept seeing pictures of it on like spoilers and stuff like that, and I thought this palette was going to be bigger, but it really isn't that big. So I think this is really nice to receive in the September box, considering that fall starts in September. I don't know the exact date, but technically fall starts in September. I think it's like sometime this week or next week, like the official fall starts. And I feel like this has really nice like fall colors. So the top 2 rows are matted, and then the last row is kind of a sheer. So the first row you have very light neutrals, then you have bit like smoky browns, and then you have the mix of shimmer. So I'm just gonna swatch one from each row. I'm not gonna swatch all of it. You can go on their website. They have full swatches on different skin tones, including light, medium, and then dark skin tones. So one that I did not use, obviously very highly pigmented. So this is Socialite that I just used. So it's this one right there. Very nice. I'm gonna do Epic, which is, wow, which is this dark brown. So that is dark brown. And then one last one here. I'm going to use Twinkle. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. And then that's twinkled. I already, like, I know I did a look today, but I can already imagine how many different looks you can do with this. You can do completely like nude.
Hi, Des here, for the 4th time. You may remember me from such films as...
Okay, so my camera died, so I'm gonna pick up where I left off. I was talking about this shade called Twinkle, which I swatched right here. It's gone now because I was moving around, but I'll swatch it again. Very like sparkly orange. So I'm really happy that I received, that this was a product and I received this for the fall, because it is a fall palette. And you could do so many looks, natural, you could do more smoky, pops of shimmer. I wouldn't do a whole shimmer look, especially since shimmers aren't really that great for transition shades, but I've already come up with like 4 to 5 looks in my head already with this palette. So really happy with this palette. Again, this is $34. The Boxycharm is $21. Palette $34, Boxycharm for 5 products $21. So this already, getting the palette already paid for the Boxycharm. So moving on, there is this MAC eyebrow crayon, and this one is in Spite. So this had a color variation. By color variation, I mean that you either got this color Spike or another color that was a little bit lighter. So I got Spike because when you do that quiz on Boxycharm, I had put that I have black hair, so I obviously got the darker color. If you reported that you have lighter hair, then you got the lighter one. And then this is the brow pencil right here. So I already had used it. So I'm not going to swatch it because if you see my eyebrows, this is the color. Obviously, if you press harder, you'll get a darker or lighter. Could be used for both natural and bold brows. Really like this. This went on very smooth. It wasn't like feathery when you were applying it, so I could literally just do my eyebrows and not have to clean up with concealer. So I am actually really in love with this. So in love with this. I think that this is actually better than Anastasia Brow Wiz, because I bought the Brow Wiz and I also on a daily basis use a NYX Micro Brow pencil, and I do think that this is better than NYX Micro Brow pencil, but this was $18. The NYX is like $11, and the Anastasia is like $20, $22. So I think this beats the Anastasia in formula, application, and price. So the next product is the bareMinerals. Where did I put that paper? I think I'm sitting on it. This is exactly called the bareMinerals Face Perfecting Brush, and this is $28. So what's really unique about this brush, and I remember when it first came out, and I just didn't buy it because I don't have the money, I'm college poor, it has an indent in the brush. So it's a buffer brush and then an indent where you are supposed to pump your foundation. And I already had used this brush and it doesn't look cakey. So it's not like a brush. Sometimes when you use a brush, you're like, I gotta wash it, like after every use. This is definitely not like that. I am so in love with this brush. I would not apply anything else without this brush. So I will always use this buffer brush to apply foundation. I'm so in love with it. It is so soft. The brush can probably withhold several times use before having to wash it. And then it's just very practical having to pump your foundation in the middle. The only problem, if it's not a pump foundation, then this might not necessarily be practical, but a lot of foundations tend to have a pump. So some of the foundations that I use that are pump or squeezable, where you could squeeze it, was Milani, Dermablend, L'Oreal Luminous, the L'Oreal Infallible. But foundations that wouldn't work would be like L'Oreal True Match. You would actually have to pour like that, which can get really messy, and there's very little control of how much product comes out that way. So with pump foundations, this is going to work like a dream. Very practical. And this was, this was one of the variations. So you either got this or 2 sets of eye brushes. So I got this, and this was exactly what I wanted. So I'm very thankful and very glad the Boxycharm gods were listening to me, and I got this one. Then next is the ColourPop Ultra Satin Lip. I really like matted lips. Feels a little matte right now, but this has more of a shine to it, but love it. So this is more on the nude side. Ooh. On the nude side, I've never owned a ColourPop lipstick, and this is totally worth it. This is $6. But this is nude with undertones of gray. So this wouldn't necessarily be nude for me. It's more like a darker nude lip, not more of a natural nude lip, but I just really love the undertones of gray. I'm not a huge, sorry, okay. I'm not a huge nude person. I like lip colors with a little bit more dimension, a little bit more color that gives it more of a pop to my lip and brings attention, and this does exactly that. And this color is actually called, I don't know what it's called. I know that there were a variation of colors as well. Oh, I'm over here looking at the side. Sometimes lipstick have it here, but it's at the bottom. This one's called Mess Around. So really love it. And then next is this Briogeo Don't Despair Repair Deep Conditioning Mask. So I already have a huge bottle like this that I got for complimentary and free from Influencer, which is a like marketing type website that helps bloggers of all types, whether it's travel, foodies, hair, nails. So a lot of that, it's called the Shimmer Vox Box. A lot of that was beauty stuff, and this was one of the things I got. Like, I mean, like, it's huge. And I already had used it, and I absolutely love it. I will be using this later. But this is actually really nice, and I felt like it really did repair after the first use. So I can't imagine when you're using this weekly or even like twice a week, how much of a difference can it probably restore your hair. So totally worth it. I would buy this again. And this size specifically is $20. This size. So I can't imagine, I don't know how much is my big one that's like this, but I'm assuming that's probably like $35. So this one's $20. Okay, so lastly, I'm gonna hurry up before my camera dies, is this Studio Makeup Luminous Loose Blush. This doesn't have a color, so I'm assuming this is the only color. It's very pinky in nature, and I'm gonna open it. It's like this, very pinky in nature. Actually maybe more of a mauve. And I love mauves. Blushes, I think that's more flattering with my skin tones rather than pinky blushes tend to be more flattering on lighter skin tones. So yeah, I put this on and it's on there. It has more of a matte finish than a sheer or glow. If you see that glow, that's the actual highlight that I use. So I really like it. I'm not a huge fan of like loose blush. I'm very clumsy, so I can imagine me having this open on my vanity and like and then for it to all fall on the floor, because I can't tell you how many times that happens to me with like loose powders or glitters and I have to bring out the vacuum. I don't know, I saw other people who got their Boxycharm box that they got a translucent powder instead of the blush. I was hoping for the translucent powder, but I'm not disappointed by this blush. I have to say my box and the products in it and the performance of the products in this box is literally a 5 out of 5, a 6 out of 5. But if it's a 5 scale, you can't really go 6 out of 5. But that is to prove how great my Boxycharm is and how not disappointed I am by this. So if you don't have Boxycharm, get Boxycharm. If you have something else and you only want to be subscribed to one beauty company thing, I would choose Boxycharm. Unsubscribe to whatever you have and get Boxycharm. This is literally the best thing ever. And then that's it. So 5 out of 5. If you guys don't have Boxycharms, go get it. Just to let you know, I'm not affiliate of Boxycharm, so all opinions stated are my own. I'm not affiliated with any of these companies. I am just a small, pathetic YouTuber that no one watches. So obviously I'm not affiliated with none of these because I am not famous in any way on YouTube or social media for anyone to send me free products. So I paid with this. Actually, I didn't pay with this for my own money. My boyfriend paid with this for his own money, with his own money. So yeah. So next video coming up will be the look that I did with this box and using all the products in this box, obviously plus other products, because whatever you receive in the box, you can't always do a full face of makeup or hair, whatever it is. So, you know, if you like my video and you like my opinions and you like what I have to say, please subscribe. I will be doing these monthly and showing everyone what's on the Boxycharm box, and then also doing a look. So anyone who's out there watching, thank you so much for watching. And if you can like, comment, subscribe, so I can know that you're watching and that I'm not speaking into a black hole void.